Good morning, everyone. My name is Madalina, and I'm happy to report from DevTalks 2024. We are here in the second day of this event here at Romexpo Bucharest, and I'm happy to be here with Ciprian in our happy DevLive interview corner. Ciprian works at Amazon. Hi, Ciprian. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Um, Ciprian, I have a few questions for you, and I would like to start with if you can tell us a little bit about yourself, and tell us a bit about how you started your career at Amazon.
Great, thank you. So, yeah, maybe to start with, I'm a senior manager at Amazon in software development. I joined Amazon in 2016. Amazon at that time was only present in Iași. So although I was born and raised in Bucharest, I had to move from Bucharest to Iași when I joined the company at that point. So that was a bit of a significant change for me since we had to move like with the whole family. And I've been there like since the beginning, since 2016. I've only been in the compliance area. So I'm now leading compliance worldwide for everything related to essentially product life cycle, like throughout the supply chain, and how do we deal with products in the different stages, from how we label them, how we ship them, how we package them, how we make sure that products are essentially safe for our customers to use, for our associates, like throughout the different stages in that life cycle. And that entails a lot of scrutiny on the various characteristics of those products. And we would obviously not be able to scale all of that without investing in AI. And that is one of the core things that we do from a software perspective at Amazon, and trying to augment and automate many of those tasks that would be historically done by people. Trying to bring the power and the greatness of AI to be able to make even better decisions at times. So that is, in a nutshell, what I do at Amazon. And in parallel, since we have a broader community of roughly 400 tech people right now in Amazon. So like I said, I joined in 2016 when Amazon was only in Iași. The company has the presence in Romania has grown significantly since then. We are now also in Timișoara and Bucharest, as well as Cluj. Like Timișoara and Bucharest are the bigger sites. We're talking about overall more than 4,000 people that are being employed by Amazon in Romania, and all performing on various roles, either directly like developing software or supporting the various development activities like product managers and program managers, or all the labeling that is required for training the various models that we build. So I eventually, just to conclude my trajectory at Amazon, I eventually moved last year in November back from, so I returned to Bucharest. I'm now proudly closer to that part of the team that I have here. So I continue to have to be split between both Bucharest and Iași, and parts of my team are also in India and US. I find that I find this return beneficial because it's easier to come and join this kind of events, for example. But I would also say that Iași remains like it has a special place in my heart after spending close to 8 years there. And I always return with great pleasure when I have to meet the team, or even for like personal reasons at this point as well.
Jane, what do you love most about what you do in Amazon?
So maybe before I directly answer that question, going back a few years even prior to Amazon, my career was predominantly in the startup world. So I had a couple of my own. I was able to successfully exit one of them, and another couple were a failure. And then I partnered with someone, and but so all in all, I was always in the startup world, so very close to the customers, and part of relatively small teams. So ranging from, I don't know, 7, 10 people to maybe 50 was the largest. And at some point, I wanted to see how it might be to like work in a large corporate. And I did not really know what to expect, other than maybe having better standards, maybe having better frameworks to tap onto, and definitely a broader range of opportunities to learn and grow. So those were at a high level the expectations. Well, eventually, moving into Amazon exposed me to a world that was different from what I expected, um, and in some sense also similar to what I did in the startup world. The way I perceive Amazon, and again, that's it's not a formally endorsed kind of a presentation, but that is how I perceive it, is a conglomerate of multiple startups. Amazon provides a framework on how to operate, right? It's a smaller scale of the real world economy, if you want it. They give you a certain set of rules, and there's a very strong culture, which is defined by what we call Amazon leadership principles, that define how to operate in different difficult scenarios, and how to navigate the various decision-making situations. So now going back to your question, what I like about Amazon is the level of autonomy that one gets in order to serve their customers. It all starts with the customers. It all starts with identifying the right problems that you need to work on. And you have that freedom, complete freedom. At times, it's overwhelming to really go out and chase the most impactful kind of work that one can do. That's not coming top down. So it's not, Amazon is not a centralized company, right? The leaders are not gonna tell you what to do. And maybe just to draw a parallel, early in my days at Amazon, within like the first 6 months, I remember I was reporting to a director in US, and I was asking the my boss, like, I've went through all this ramp up. I'm aware of the various processes. I've seen some gaps. What would you like me to focus on? And essentially, he sent me back, well, it seems like you haven't really spent maybe sufficient time if you're asking me what needs to be done. And that was a bit of an aha moment for me. So I went back and again analyzed stuff, and I went back to him with a list of things that could be done. And again, like, his response was, well, maybe you now have a list of things, but what holds you back from actually choosing one of them? Which again was the next level of an aha moment, when I realized I also need to prioritize. I also need to estimate what the business impact might be and choose the most relevant opportunity, which I did. So eventually I chose a couple of them. I built a team. I focused the team on building those products. And actually one of them still exists, which is rather surprising for a software to live for so many years. It obviously evolved. It's not the same, but nevertheless. So that was a great learning to start with, but definitely one of the things that I appreciate a lot. Definitely one of the things that keeps me engaged with the company. The fact that constantly, day by day, you need to like go out and identify those opportunities and figure out solutions and ideas to innovate essentially on behalf of our customers. And that then transforms into like technical challenges, people challenges, everything essentially works back from identifying those opportunities.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I have one last question for you, and that is, let me give you the context first. Yeah. So today you can, in this day and age, you can do anything you want. Why did you choose the tech industry? Why tech?
Why tech? Um, so I remember it was during college when I had my first startup, and you probably remember that we used to have multiple internet cafes all around Romania at that time, and the first idea that I had was to build a software that would automate that entire process for internet cafes, like from billing and managing accounts and all of it. It ended up being the number one most used software in Romania, and we also kind of moved abroad with it as well. So back to your question, I think the opportunity to innovate and come up with something that has not been seen is one of the reasons. The other one is tech is not something that stands alone. Tech is something that complements every other domain. So essentially, we see tech in finance, we see tech in e-commerce, we see tech in physical security, tech in health industry. So tech eventually becomes a tool and a window to innovation for every other domain, and it's the biggest opportunity to like make our lives better. And I think ultimately that opportunity is what inspired me to go into this domain, because without necessarily being specialized in any of those particular domains, I get the opportunity to maybe change the world into something better by innovating from a technical perspective.
Thank you very much, Ciprian. This was very inspiring. That was my last question. Yeah, I guess we will be seeing you around. So enjoy. Have a nice day. Enjoy. You too.